Hey everybody, Ashley Page here. Thank you for joining us today on 5Plan's Educational Insights. If you are new to our Educational Insight vlogs, first of all, welcome. What we do with those is we will go on one subject in a much deeper dive, as opposed to what the portfolio guys send out on Monday, which is much more broad impact in markets for the week, and also what we forward to you by our research partners on Tuesday. So what we try to do with the Educational Insight vlog is to go a little bit deeper on one single topic to help build your library, as it were, in money and markets to be helpful to you in engaging with us. We have what we think is a fascinating one today, and this is for everybody, but ladies, this is particularly for you. The title of the vlog today is Women Are Impacting Recent Wealth Transfers at a Much Faster Rate Than Ever. So before we talk about that specifically, let us give you some context. The baby boomer generation that I personally am in at age 66 basically went from the end of World War II until now. That generation is the wealthiest generation in world history. It's the largest wealth transfer going on in world history, to the tune of, this is a staggering number, to the tune of 82 trillion with a T, dollars, 82 trillion. So to begin with, on the macro level, you're having this massive transfer of wealth from one generation to another in the U.S. going on. But as a very significant subcomponent of that, women are much increasingly in control of that. And we take this data for some recent McKinsey and Company studies that were quoted in Wall Street Journal. The McKinsey study showed that basically, in addition to this large wealth transfer, you've got a significant J-curve growth, just massive percentage increase in how much women are controlling. And as a matter of fact, right now, as of 2025, of that 82 trillion that I just mentioned to you, 8 trillion is controlled by women alone. And that's for a number of factors we'll talk about in a minute. But what is stunning, since 2018, that growth in wealth controlled solely by women has increased 60%. It's almost straight up. Well, what are the reasons for that? Well, number one, in the baby boomer generation, my wife and I are a great example of that. I'm 66, she's about 7 years younger. So the data statistics would say that I would pass away before she would. So it's a combination of these three things. She would inherit the wealth that I have. She's already inherited the wealth from her parents, and then she also had the wealth that she created through her own work. So she has an MBA in accounting, so she's got very good financial acuity. But where I stayed in the industry over all of those years, she moved out of it and did something else. So she's very attuned to it, but she just has not been that involved in it. But even in her own household, much of the discussion we're having right now is the planning component when she is in control of all of it, which I obviously trust her implicitly to do, but we're having a lot of discussions about that because more than likely she's going to end up in control of that. So those three factors are coming together for women controlling more of that. And again, that's wealth transfer from spouse, it's wealth transfer from their own family, and it's also what they earn. So when you look at that with this growth in women controlling wealth, what's different with women as opposed to men with what they do with it? Well, there are three primary factors. If you look at women in control of this wealth transfer, they do three things differently. One is they do more charitable giving than men do across the board. Secondly, they emphasize long-term health care spending and planning more. And thirdly, the way they invest is much more towards capital appreciation and preserving capital than men do. For example, women, let's say, as one financial vehicle would purchase say, a long-term duration bond of, say, 10 years to preserve capital. So the call to action with all of this, particularly our ladies among our client base, and if you just watch this generally, make sure that you're connected with really good planning architecture, like we have here at Five Plan Partners, with Jason Hatley leading that, Mark Hume, and Robert Moody. Make sure as you're going with this wealth transfer, and particularly if you're a woman that is kind of within this overall wave that's coming, make sure that you're very well connected with the planning. The downside, as it is with all human nature, is that with women more in control of that, the reason the planning function is more important is that they often will be the solo person that's sort of stuck with the prickly family issues that are involved in wealth transfer. And in my own house, that's the main thing Whitney and I are talking about right now. You know, what we want to do, what our legacy is in the future if she's there alone to make the decisions and I'm not. So we're having that type of conversation now. But particularly if you're part of this wealth transfer, and particularly if you're a lady that is coming into this, make sure that you're engaged with an excellent planning firm like we have here. So if you have any more questions about this topic, you're welcome to call me and I can share some of the other data with the McKinsey study with you, or you can reach out to us on any social media platform, or we're good old-fashioned Southerners here, so we love it when you just come by or call us on the landline. Until we meet again on the vlog, have a great week and thanks.